What is going on? What is going on? You already know who I am, Mr. Come On to the Temple. I appreciate everyone for coming in. As a matter of fact, let me do something real quick. I hope that your day has been productive. And I hope that you've done something with your week that you enjoyed. Um, this week, my son graduated from high school. It was a good ceremony. I spent time um, with my kids and the mother of my kids and her husband. Um, Very interesting experiment, if you will. Very interesting experience, if you will. So I'm very proud of him. So I hope my son Nathan is able um, to succeed in life. Hope that he's able to find what he wants to find in life. I've talked to my daughters already. I have not had a chance to talk to my son. Um, I will deal with Father's Day later. Uh, I'll probably go live myself on Sunday. I'm going to address fathers on Sunday. So I may go live to do it because I want everyone to hear what I have to say about fathers. Um, what I say about fathers when it comes to that. So before I get started with the video, you already know who I am, Mr. Come On to the Temple. I have to advertise the other platforms we're on. We're on YouTube at the Temple dash lowercase u, the number one, lowercase I, excuse me, the number one, lowercase u. That is at the Temple, lowercase I, the number one, lowercase u. We're also on Instagram. Our Instagrams is as follows. Our Instagrams is Thomas TJ West on Instagrams, and our TikTok. Yes, I'm on TikTok too. TikTok, I need for you to talk to your people. Trev, I'm trying not to cuss. Thank you, Ms. Hunter. Thank you, Mr. Terrington. TikTok, talk to your people because they are making it hard for me to share the videos on Wednesday nights to the platform. So talk to your TikTok family. And I need to know why it's so hard for me to share a video on TikTok. But Instagram, you got Instagram, you got YouTube. So I will have another video coming up tomorrow afternoon. I will share it with Instagram and YouTube, and I'm going to work on TikTok. Please, again, if you will, shout yourselves out so I can give you a shout out. I don't like just people coming on and I don't know who's on. That is, to me, just rude. So I want to give you a shout out. I want to give you a shout out because that's the best thing to me. That's the best thing to me. I want to be able to give you all a shout out so that you know, hey Miss Pat, I want to give y'all a shout out. So as you come on, I can shout you out. So my co-host, she got some trouble coming on tonight. And what I'm gonna do Friday, I'm gonna give her a trail run. So the video Friday, don't pay attention to it. Don't listen to it. That's just for her, so we can see what's going on with her thing going on. So this is June, and June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So I began to think, Trev, if you want to hear a sermon, here you go. I said, God, what should I talk about on Wednesday night? Because Sunday is Father's Day. And I wanted to know, how could I include men's, and hold on before I go there, shout out to Greater Grace Christian Church. They give me one health tip for the month, but there are so many others that are not touched. But they make me look up other health tips. So June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. One of my homegirls sent me that 2 weeks ago. So instead of the health tip, I want to talk to the men. And ladies, do not get mad at me because I've talked to you already. I've already told you, do not follow a man that is not helping you and who's trying to run you off the bridge. Whether the bridge is an emotional bridge, a financial bridge, or a physical bridge. Don't follow him. So I've talked to the women already. I was gung-ho about that video. So don't get mad tonight when I talk to the men. Let's go. In the book of Exodus, I'm coming, Miss Pat. In the book of Exodus, the second chapter, verses 11 through 15, we have a story about Moses. Moses, who led the children of Israel out of bondage, out of slavery, if you will. But in chapter 2 of Exodus, we find we have a Moses that killed an Egyptian. Here's what happened in the story. Moses became aware of who his people was. And then he came out and saw the plight of his people. He saw what his people were going through. And he felt some type of way. So in the second chapter, he killed. I'm going to read it how I wrote it. So when he saw what his people was going through, he looks around and kills one of the oppressors. I use the word oppressor for a reason. The people of Egypt were oppressing the people of Jerusalem, the Jews of Israel, if you will. Israel was in slavery. Israel was in slavery. Moses, who was an Israelite, who was a Jew, but he was raised as an Egyptian and then learned the truth of his heritage, saw what the Jews were going through, and he looked to his right, he looked to his left, and he didn't think no one was looking. Let me tell you something. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, I don't care what you're doing. Look at me. Look at me. I don't care what you're doing. Somebody sees it. Moses looked to his left and he looked to his right. And he thought he was by himself. And he killed one man who was part of the oppressive party. The oppressive party. I'm using words, I'm using language for a reason. And I'm going to do the whole video by myself because my co-host cannot come on. So I'm going to do the whole video by myself. I thought she'd be on tonight because she had a topic she wanted to deal with, and I'm going to deal with it by myself. Moses killed, murdered someone in the oppressive party. Still talking to the men, because too many times people have told men, do not be aggressive. Don't have aggression. Don't do it. Follow me. I'm going somewhere. Moses kills his man and buries him in the sand, and he thought no one was looking. However, the next day, two of the Jews, according to my notes, two Hebrews asked him, why did you kill the man? And like many of us today, when people ask us, why do we do something wrong? We question them. Who are you to question what I did wrong? You're oppressed. Oh, I feel like cooking. You're oppressed. I was looking out for you. The system is against you. People hate you. So I did what I had to do because you're going through. So Moses kills a man, buries him in the sand. He's questioned about what he did. He don't like the questions until he found out that his deed is known by more than just those three. What does Moses do? He flees the land of Egypt. Before he flees the land of Egypt, the Pharaoh finds out that Moses killed an Egyptian. Pharaoh seeks to kill him. So Moses goes to another area trying to hide. Before I go where I'm going next, I want to say that the 10 Commandments that we watched as a little kid, they told the story wrong. They told it wrong. We watched this movie. If you were raised in church, you watched that 2 cassette tape series. It was 2 tapes, VHS tapes. It was 2 of them. They told the story wrong. Because after he killed the Egyptian, and he was questioned about it, that's when Moses left. Not when Pharaoh found out that he was the deliverer. Neither here nor there. Let's go on. Finds out what he did and asks a question. Who are you to judge me? Then Pharaoh heard what happened, and he sought to slay Moses. However, Moses ran away. Fellas, Moses had aggression, but it was unchecked and not controlled. This is the toxic masculinity people speak of. However, having no aggression is not good. The sheep is not virtuous because he has no choice but to be the way it is. Many people out here in these streets, they look at you as a man and put you in the toxic masculinity bucket, even though you've done nothing wrong. You've done nothing wrong. And then they're telling you, you don't need to have aggression. You don't need to be angry. You don't need to be violent. That's not true. It's not. Because it's better for you to know and have the ability to be violent and be able to control it than not have that ability at all. When you get to chapter 17, the people, Exodus 17, the people got mad at Moses, and they got mad at Moses because they had no water. They began to yell and fuss and cuss at Moses. This is the same man that killed an Egyptian. These people are mad at Moses because they had no water. Moses did not kill any of them. He went to the Lord, and even when they attacked, he went to the Lord. He went to the Lord. So I'm going to say that. He went to, and the Lord gave him instructions what to do to give the people water. So after they got the water, they were attacked by the Amalekites. So we have Moses, who killed an Egyptian. We have Moses, who was able to run away shepherds in the land of Midian away from these young women. Same Moses was able to call Joshua and say, yo, Joshua, gather some men up and fight this war these folks are trying to fight against us. We have to realize that even though Moses was the same man who killed an Egyptian, Moses was the same man, what did I tell you? Was the same man who ran off the shepherds who were attacking women. By this chapter, he had gained control over his aggression. He gained control over his emotion. He gained control over his anger. Same man that want to fight in the battle, because now he's able to control his aggression. He has let go of his toxic masculinity and now able to be a man, able to take responsibility and accountability. Men, I need for you to know how to be a monster, but do not allow your emotions to make you a monster. In other words, know how to be a monster. Know how to do it. It's important. My brother Dante is on. He was in the military. He knows how to take you out. However, he's not committing crimes. He's not 187ing people on a regular basis, even though he has the tools and the knowledge to do so. He has controlled aggression. And I want to talk to the men because it's June, it's Father's Day month. Stop allowing society to tell you how to be, because I want you to know how. Yes, you need to know how to be a monster. Yes, I need you to know how to be a bad person. Yes, but don't allow your emotion to make you a monster, to make you a bad person. Those two different things. Having the know-how to fight and actually fighting for no reason is two different things. And we get it twisted on a regular basis. We do. So please, men, and it's just for the men, don't be toxic. Do not become a monster, but know how to be a monster when it's time to be one. Don't allow society to tell you don't get angry. Don't allow society to tell you you can't be violent. That's not the right message. The right message is be violent when you have to be violent. Because again, the sheep is not virtuous because the sheep has no choice. You're only virtuous when you're able to be the monster but choose not to be. That's when you're virtuous. Think about it. You're only as good as your options. I'll say it again. You're only as good as your options. If you have no options, then you can't say you're good. Let's say you're married and you ugly as Godzilla. You don't have no John Brown options. Nobody wants you. So you can't say, yeah, I'm faithful. You have no choice but to be faithful. You're thankful that person chose you as a mate. However, when you're Idris Elba, when you're Nia Long, and then you have the choice and you still choose to be faithful, that's when we can call you virtuous because now you have a choice. You have a choice. Because my co host can come on, I'm going to go ahead and deal with what you want to deal with. My co host wanted to talk about racism. So I will deal with racism on her behalf. A racist is a person who believes one race is superior to another, a whole prejudice views against people of another race. My example to tell you why you feel indignant and you feel righteous. David Duke, who's white, and Dr. Umar Johnson, who's black. Don't play with me. I was ready. Racism is a system of oppression, prejudice, and discrimination based on race. It is characterized by the belief one race is superior to another. It is manifest through individual behavior, cultural norms, and institutional policies that create unequal societal opportunities. Let's talk about racism real quick. Let's deal with it. It's characterized by to believe one race is superior to another. How many religions are based on? I'm not going to, you're not ready for that conversation. It is manifest through individual behaviors. How many times have you misconstrued an individual behavior? How many times? Congregation, don't get quiet on me. Talk to me. Don't get quiet. Cultural norms. Should I really go there? And institutional policies that create unequal society opportunities. my question while you're on, and I don't care how you feel about my question. Is I really don't care. If I lose the whole congregation, I promise you I'll get a new congregation by next week. What policies are set in government that prevent a black person from doing anything legally from a white person? Do your homework first. Because see, tonight I did a bunch of homework. Do your homework, come to me, then talk to me. I don't like going political. I'm not a political person. I'm not. My platform was not to be political. It was not. I want to talk about religion, Bible, and relationships. That's what my whole platform was about. My co-host wanted to bring up social issues. So she sent me a video about Donald Trump. Donald Trump being a racist. And the video she sent me was Rachel Maddow, who was part of MSNBC. MSNBC is a news station that is targeting to Democrats. Now, peep game before I go on. I don't look at MSNBC, neither do I look at Fox News. Why? Because I know what they're trying to do. They know who their audience is. MSNBC know they got the black people and white Democrats. Fox News know they got conservatives and people who think in a certain way. So why, I don't care what I say, why in the hell should I listen to either of them when I know they're targeting a certain audience? So the truth means nothing to them because they're targeting a certain audience. Go on, Jane. They're targeting a certain audience. Why should I listen to you when I know out the gate, you know who your major audience is, you know what they want to hear, and you give it to them? I'll lose, followers. I don't care. I don't care if I don't make a dime off this platform. I'm so sick of all of you watching your separate news stations, getting wrong information all over the globe. And you're thinking that these jokers care about you. They're not telling you the truth. They're telling you what you want to hear. It's like me as a man being a player, and I'm telling each and every woman what they want to hear because I want them to support me. I want them to give me money. I want them to keep having sex with me. So I keep giving them what they want to hear. That's all these news stations are doing for you. They're giving you what you want to hear. If you are a Republican, then you listen to Fox News. And Fox News feeds you articles and words because language is important. They feed you language you want to hear. If you are a Democrat, then MSNBC gives you everything you want to hear. And it's sickening to me. So, my co-host sent me an article by Rachel Maddow. in the article was as follows. Trump's war on Black Americans was and is the plan. I don't care how many of you I lose. My platform, no matter what I talk about, is about being honest and truthful. You call Donald Trump a racist. In the article, it talked about Black people that he fired when he got in office. I need for you dumb people to look up Michael Flynn. Michael Flynn was the National Security Advisor. Rachel Maddow, look Rachel Maddow. Someone find Rachel Maddow and tell her to look at this video. Michael Flynn, Caucasian, National Security Advisor. Reince Priebus, Caucasian, White House Chief of Staff. Anthony Sacramento, White House Communications Director. Tom Price, Secretary of Health and Human Services. David Hurtamel, Director of Office of Government Ethics. Lori Chavez, Labor Secretary. Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence. So if you're going to talk about the Black people that Donald Trump fired, and then you forget, oops, he fired white folks too. That lets you know out the gate, cabling, that MSNBC, they had a narrative they wanted you to believe. But the facts are the facts. And my platform is about speaking the facts. Put your feelings in your mother-loving pocket. I'm only speaking facts. Feel how you want to feel. I'm only here for the facts. So Donald Trump's a racist. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, Donald Trump is an equal opportunity hater. In other words, if you are for him, he is for you. If you're not for him, he's not for you. And I will give you the description of Donald Trump that I was given 7 years ago, 2019. Yes. I met Black and white people. I know y'all haven't. I know y'all have not been nowhere to talk to people who knows Donald Trump. But because of the job I have. I had a job that put me in many places. So I've talked to Black and white people who knew Donald Trump. I'll get you in a minute, I'll say. A lot of Black people and white people who knew Donald Trump. And they said one thing about Donald Trump, and as I watched that man move, I agree. They said Donald Trump is an asshole. Donald Trump is an asshole. That I agree with. If you call him an asshole, listen, I can't disagree, because he is. But calling him racist, was he racist when he was chilling with Jesse Jackson? No, he wasn't. Was he a racist when he was in rap songs? No, he wasn't. He only became racist when he became part of the Republican Party. Why is that important? Because Black people equate the Republican Party with racism. They equate the Republican Party with racism. Even though if you look down, and I don't want to go through the history because it'll make y'all look stupid. I'm not going through the history because it'll make y'all look stupid. But you equate the Republican Party with racism. I'm going to the 21st century. What's false? Okay, keep that right there. Keep that right there. Because I got something else for you. I'll tell you. I got something else for you, player. Because see, I did research tonight just for the video. He's an asshole. Yes, he is. He's not prejudiced. No, he's not. Let's go here. Trump 2024. He fought for prison reform in his first term. Who does prison reform help? Now, if you're telling me and you're preaching to me that all these black men are in prison, then that helps them. And no, you can't bring up January 6th because he did that before the January 6th thing happened. So if he hates black folks that much, and then you're telling me that we got all these black folks in prison, and then he's trying to fight for prison reform, which helps black people, am I stupid? Again, we have to stop following narratives and look for the truth. Let me do it. I'll tell you real quick. I don't want to leave until you out. I'm not going to leave until you out. And I got one more thing to say before I'm done. But again, I'm not going to leave until you out. That's how I'm gonna put your stuff on the screen. All right, the Alvin lawsuit 11 that 70% termination for black senior officers, white only, Caucasians were terminated. That's the number on the map. Dante, quick question to you, player. The 25% of black people that he did not terminate, who did they support? And the 73% of Caucasians that were not terminated, who does they support? Because I'm telling you, I know Trump to be one person. If you support him, he supports you. All right. Again, we have to go to, I know what Trump is. Trump is a person, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So I have not heard about that yet. I will research that later. But again, does that make him racist? All I'm trying to say. I can't get you off the screen. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Hold on, wait. I'm trying to get to new comment. Wait. Thank you. Yeah, do that. Do that. Do that. Send a link. But what I'm trying to say, Dante, is that Trump only supports and loves who loves him. Now, I hate to go to And see, once again, because of go ahead and send it to me. I'll say my phone open. I hate to go to the vote of who voted. Okay, cool. Is he part of that foundation, Ate? And I don't mind understanding that. I just asked one question. Is Donald Trump a part of the Heritage Foundation? That's all I'm trying to see. So I'm waiting for the answer. That's not least. While I'm waiting for my brother to answer. People are mad at Donald J. Trump for deportations. Let's deal with the numbers. Thank you. Trump has deported 1.5 million immigrants. 1.5. The scripture, I can say David Duke is, sir. I mean, I can say any racist person is a driving tool for that foundation, sir. I can't jack that. Sorry. The scripture for tonight is Isaiah 5:20. And Isaiah 5:20 says, woe unto them that call evil good, good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. I'm not going to do what I say right now. I'm trying to finish cooking. Too many of us, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, have called good evil. Democrats have not done anything for black people, but they continue to give Democrats their vote. And no, that's not false, Dante. It's not. Do the research. Yet, we call prison reform evil, even though it helped black people. I'm not going there. Lord, forgive me. I'm gonna finish this video. Trump has deported 1.5 million immigrants. I'm sorry. I gotta go somewhere. People hate that man for deporting 1.5 million immigrants. 1.5 million. I want you to keep 1.5 in your head. President Obama, I be riding Obama. He deported 5.2 million. You know that jazz playing, saxophone playing joker you call Bill Clinton? He deported 12.3 million immigrants. And George W. deported 2 million. The person that's hated the most has deported the least. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. The person that's hated the most has deported the least. I need someone to tell me, why do you hate this man for deportations when he has deported the least? Because I'm just too stupid to get it. I'm just not that intelligent. I don't get it. because I'm thinking if something is bad and you did the least bad, then why would you hate me the worst for doing the least bad when the person you love did more bad than me? Maybe I'm just stupid. You know what? Grace, love, and peace. I'm not even trying to end this. Grace, love, and peace.